Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to PeakFlow Power Hour number 58. It is Black Friday. Hope you guys had an amazing Thanksgiving, ate a lot of turkey, and have food for the rest of the week. Most importantly, hope you guys had spend some time with your family, your loved ones, and hopefully if you're running an e-commerce store, today is a day to make a ton of sales. So if you're not making a ton of sales, we're going to help you make a ton of sales next Black Friday. So ask all your questions away and happy Friday. You guys are excited? Oh,
happy Friday, man. Happy Black Friday, Trev. Super excited to be on here right now.
I felt like Black Friday was like last year's Black Friday was yesterday. Just goes by so quick.
Yeah, time flies.
Yeah. Oh, a question on Instagram. They're saying happy Thanksgiving. Oh, this week we had a case study with a fellow member of the High Tech Econ Launchpad, Shora. He did 96,000 in a single month from the UK. So if you guys are from the UK, this just shows that, hey, you can do this no matter where you're at, anywhere in the world. You just need a Wi-Fi connection and you need to have a good mindset, the mindset to learn, a mindset to actually want to do the thing. That's the most important thing. I think everyone's just shopping today. So
yeah.
They're spending all the money on our e-com products from our stores. That's what they're doing. But if you guys are going to spend money on Black Friday, you may as well put that investment into something that can yield returns. And there's no better investment than investing into yourself. Self-education, skills, and things that can help you make more money. It's not really all about just making more money. It's all about personal development too, because making money is just a outcome or a side thing from becoming a better person, self-development. So
it's very interesting you said that, Trevor.
Why?
Because a lot of people will think like, oh my God, he's just trying to sell me something, self-development. I'm just trying to make money.
Look, we've talked to so many people over the years, and you'll realize that a lot of people do need self-development, because not to be offensive or something, like a lot of people's mindsets are just not it. Like they just don't have the right form of thinking. And we're here to change people's lives and mindsets one day at a time. That's what it takes.
What do you think makes a bad mindset, and what do you think makes a good mindset? What are your thoughts?
Well, I think number one is being open-minded.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not open-minded, then no matter what I tell you or no matter what markets tells you, you're not going to, your brain's going to immediately just shut it down and say like, hey, I don't care about this. I'm not going to take the feedback in. So I think a lot of people with being open-minded comes from ego.
Oh, let's talk about that. And what do you mean by ego and open-minded? Like in what correlation are you trying to say?
Yeah, I think most people that have a high ego are not open-minded.
Wow.
Yeah. Like if someone, it just makes sense. Like if someone is open-minded, they can hear sides from both perspectives.
That makes sense.
then they don't have a high ego. And there's no point of having a high ego. Like, what does it do? There's never been a benefit of a high ego, unless I'm missing something.
Well, let me ask you this, right? How does one recognize they might be in their own head, in their own ego, slash maybe wants to get out of it, but also like can't see? Because you know, when you're vision tunnel with just one scenario, whether it be
Mhm.
good or bad, you just have that replay over your head, right? Like, how do you kind of expand through that vision, become more open-minded when you do have that ego visioned one tunnel? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think this is a very good question. I don't think there's like a one word answer to it,
Right.
but I think it just comes down to like, hey, um, if you're never open minded and you just have your own way of thinking and you never let any opinion sway you, I'm not saying to always trust the opinions or like take their
Right.
opinions, but you should be at least open minded enough to consider it. If you're never doing that, then no, I feel like it will only get you so far because one person can only know so much to get them to a certain point in their lives, but they will need to, get feedback from other people to know what's the next proper move. I feel like if you just do everything you want to do, you might think you can get really far and you might get decently far, but you need to be able to be open minded and listen to others that are ahead of you. That's, I think, what it comes down to. If you're not open minded, if you haven't high ego, I would just say like find people that are just way ahead of you in life, financially, in relationships, or whatever it can be, something that you crave, but they're just ahead of you. You should listen to them because they already got the outcome that you desire.
That was very wise words, Trevor. It's crazy because I will say this too, like, you're very wise for like 22, 23, like that, like age. When I was 22, 23, like I didn't know any of what you're saying. How does one kind of develop such a wise mindset?
It comes down to being open minded. Look,
Wow.
like I have a group of people, including Marcus, that
Right.
gives me advice. But like if I wasn't open minded and I just shut everything down, which
That's true.
to a certain point, like I guess when you
Really
first
good.
met, I had a higher ego, you would say.
I feel like we both have very high egos, so I'm not gonna be like, I mean, we both have high egos, but no, I get what you're saying. Maybe you were less open minded earlier, but you're
Yeah,
definitely very like strategic
I
now.
was
You're
less
very strategic.
yeah, I'm less open minded before. Now I'm more open minded because like, hey, I've been wrong and I've been right, but like let's hear because a lot of times people can share another perspective that you just simply don't see because you're blindsided by just one thing. Could be anything, but like you
Right.
need to hear from another person's perspective. It doesn't even the even the homeless person on the streets can share a perspective that hey maybe it's not exactly right or wrong, but you need to at least hear them out and like hey consider it. You make your own judgment after you hear out every single possible situation and solution.
Yeah, that's really good. You could learn a lot from anybody. Like going back even to the hobo example, some people think that's extreme, but it's like I would talk to a hobo because I would try to figure out what got them to that point, and I'm not gonna do that. So there's something to learn in every combo. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Very
Like
well
there's
said.
always something to learn. No matter like if you think they're like lesser than you in any way, there's always a lesson. And that comes back down to ego. Once you control your ego, I feel like the rest of your life just falls into place.
What if the person doesn't want to change?
Now that's a hard one. It, it comes down to like at some point they're forced to change. They might not be able to change right now because they think it's such a huge thing to jump over. But like at some point they're gonna hurt themselves or someone's gonna hurt them and they'll be forced to change. But then at that point it's too late. So, you know, you need to recognize that if someone isn't open minded, it's very hard. Like no amount of words, even if you spend 20 hours on FaceTime or in person trying to convince them, like if you're not open minded, it does not matter because like you're just wasting your time. They need to have at least a sliver of like open mindedness, otherwise like it's cooked.
And I think a lot of people aren't open minded to the fact that like there's a whole world of opportunities outside their normal circumstances, outside their job, or maybe they're in school, right? Like, I talk to a lot of people all the time, and they're maybe in this like corporate setting where they have that steady income. And it's just so fun to ask them like straight up, what if you quit? Right? Like, is the job not going to be there? Like, it's going to be there, right? The people that care about you, your family will always be there. Your job will always be there. Take the risk. You know what I mean? Like, you only live once. Like, go for it. Like, it's supposed to feel scary. I think that's what life's about. Like, go for it. Right? Like, what are your thoughts?
What if they're just scared? Like, let's just say I'm scared to make the change. Like, what do I do? Like, where do I begin?
I think you could be scared. I think it's okay to feel scared, but you should do what you know is right, or like what feels right, which is like, what do you want? Right? Like, what are your intentions and what's your goal? And then, kind of reverse engineering that. But that's very logical, I'd say.
Yeah, it's all about like, what do you want and how can you get there, or optimize your odds to get what you want.
Right.
Just have that type of thinking. And I know, like, especially if you're the opposite gender, it's very difficult because you're biologically wired to think a different way. That's just how it is. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like you can train yourself, because like anything is possible, no matter like what you think. You can train yourself to have that thinking, but it just comes down to like, hey, you need to first want to have that type of thinking, and then like see the benefits of it, and then slowly in your day-to-day life have that type of thinking. Solution-oriented thinking.
That's a good mindset.
Stop saying I cannot or I can't or other variations of that. You should go into anything, no matter what it is, with how can I do it, or I can do it. Either you can do it or you're going to find a way to do it.
I want to share one thing to add to that I think is very valuable. For me, like how I've was able to remove myself from more of the materialistic stuff and kind of get more open-minded to experiences and trying was like when I was around 22, my birthday's on April 26th, and then I had a unfortunate accident with I didn't have it with him, but like my cousin had like an accident and he passed on April 25th. And I remember like on that same week of my birthday week, we were at like the funeral, and it made me realize how like you could have all the gold, because that's what people decorate them, all the kings and everyone, queens, like you just decorate yourself all the gold, but you don't take that with you, right? Like what you take is like the memories you made and the stuff that lives on after, right? Like there are people that live on, like people still get talked about after. That's true. Like you like, mark something in the world. And I'm saying that because like I feel that at least for me, like regret is the worst thing that could happen when I'm on my deathbed.
Literally,
like I just don't want the what ifs. I'd rather get rejected from a girl. I'd rather get rejected from a supplier. I'd rather have failed a business venture and try again and try again. Because at least I had that experience. I can't take that with me. I always go in that direction of like, it might feel scary, but go for it anyway. Because what the fuck? Like, what? Why not? Like, what's the worst I could? What if I quit my job? It's always there. What if I grow out of my shell? The people that love you will always be there, right? So, what are your thoughts to that, Trev? Like, I feel like I'm just rambling too much.
Yeah, I 100% believe in that type of thinking. Like, hey, you need to, number one, get out of your comfort zone, which is easier than said than done. But like, you need to be put in the actions that will get you towards getting out of your comfort zone, and then it just comes down to like, it all just comes down to, do you even want it? Because if you want it, you will make it happen. Like, if you are homeless and you actually wanted to get out of that situation, you would have been out of it.
Yo, Trev, I want to add something to that real quick. I have this funny.
If you're homeless and you actually wanted to be out of homelessness, you would have been out of homelessness already.
I remember one time because I drive like the same route, same time every day. So I'm pretty consistent with my schedule. I see the same hobo walking the same route for like the last 4 or 5 years of my life. And I remember going up to my mom and I'm like, yo, that guy's really good at being a hobo. Like, even like people are consistent even if they don't recognize it, right? You're consistently doing something. And you could be consistently in a bad mindset and not even recognize that you might not have good, genuine people around you, that like the thinking is so negative. You might have picked that up and not even know that's what I'm trying to say. The hobo is consistently being good at being a hobo. I was like, if he applied that to actually trying, I think you go pretty far in life.
Look, if you survived 4 or 5 years of being a hobo, like, you could change your life around.
But yo, I don't know a lot of the context. Who am I to judge? I was just,
We get this question like, if high tech is driving so automated and stress free, why does every successful student suddenly become a coach instead of scaling their store? Because it becomes, why not have another income stream?
But let's also talk about that, right? Like, who? Like, we only have we only have coaches that we can count on my hand, but like the successful students is kind of like, so you get what I'm trying to say? Like, who?
I mean, at the end of the day, we all just want to make more money. So just think about it that way. It's probably intentions of making more money. Howdy, gang. Aura King is here.
What's up, Ryan? I think Ryan's running search ad right now.
Interesting. Yeah, all that talk just comes down to like, just take away this from what we talked about. Do you want it bad enough? Yes or no? And your actions will show up otherwise. If you won't say yes or no, your actions determine that yes or no. Doesn't matter how old you are, what unfortunate situation you are. People can tell if you actually want it or not. It's pretty simple. Yeah. People aren't dumb. If there's one thing you know about like just the average person, it's like they can pick up that, you know, if someone wants to do something or not. And their actions determine that.
I don't think people are dumb. I think people don't try.
Trying is just so much effort. So what do I do?
Mm-hmm.
It's so much effort. So what? That's people's mindsets. It's like so much work. I don't want to make people mad. You just got to do it for yourself. This is what it comes down to.
Yeah. Let's answer some questions.
What does your net profit look like after refund disputes, supplier failures, ad account losses? Well, refunds and disputes are like very low. And same with supplier failures. Like, I don't know. You just this person's thinking it's just, they think the absolute worst in every single outcome. in which I feel like I had that type of thinking as well. But like, what I don't get this type of thinking anymore. It doesn't even make sense. Like refunds, disputes. We mentioned this multiple times. Maybe you haven't heard it, but we had maybe 4 disputes over the past 4 years, 1 a year. Same with refunds.
I haven't. No, you're absolutely right. I haven't, and I'm not putting it out there. I'm not trying to jinx myself. I haven't had a dispute or chargeback in a long minute, and I'm trying to keep it that way. I'm very happy with our systems and everything. So, and supplier failures, that doesn't make sense. Suppliers are already making money. We're an extension, and ad account losses, like just run your ads profitably.
Search ads, at least some got misrep, but only search ads still how Google ads isn't suspended because it's links. They want to create another campaign because I thought it would just get suspended.
His campaign has 56 impressions.
How do you know that?
I just pulled up the chat just to, you know. Yeah.
56 is more than 55.
Positive mindset.
Positive mindset.
The suspension is for shopping, like Merchant Center is for shopping related. It's not the same as search, I believe. Could be wrong.
But yeah, recently Stripe rolled out with a feature called AI Power Smart Disputes, and it will probably be rolled out to Shopify payments. But essentially, just means that if you get a dispute, this is more like for low ticket. Stripe has $1 trillion in payments processed annually, so they will automatically do the dispute for you, and if they win for you, I think you pay 30% of the recovery dispute amount. That's quite a bit, but like if you think about it, Stripe has $1 trillion processed. They have all the data on like how to win a dispute.
Yo, I want to talk about this for the viewers. Let's say you start off with $50 cash, right? I'm giving you cash, Trev. I'm the seller, you're the buyer, right? So we transact something, $50. If Stripe takes 2.9 every time, after like 10 transactions, all of that money goes to bank providers. That's kind of crazy. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, that's why you just got to be the bank at some point.
Like that's kind of scary. Think about like 50 could go to zero, like slowly, just like damn.
Yeah, I think payment processing is quite profitable. So honestly, if like once we figure, like once we, I don't know how long it will take, but like I'm down to start our own payment processor. Just cut out the middle.
Yo,
like all these like payment holds and stuff like that, with Stripe and like Shopify payments and all that stuff.
I got my money back from PayPal though. You know how long it took? 4 years.
Only 5 years.
It's my fault for never fully following up, but I finally decided to like just get the balance back. It was like $5,000. So I called PayPal and I'm like, yo, you keep because they, you know what they do? I'll tell you what they do. They keep postponing it 120 days, 120 days, 120. I forgot. Like I just got so used to it's just like, all right, nah, like I'm not trying to see this hold anymore. I call them, they look up the record. Oh shit. On file, it was like 5 years ago almost. But I mean, I'm pretty sure it wasn't that long, but like that's what they said. I was like, yeah, like, and then you know what the rep asked me, bro? The rep was like, oh, it looks like your last transaction with us was almost 2023. Like, how come you haven't used us? And I'm like, well, maybe if you didn't hold my money, like,
stupid.
Yeah, no, payment processing is up, so there's definitely something to think about.
Yeah. I'm unfortunately invested in PayPal stock, but I regret doing that.
Really?
Yeah. I heard it's
I know, really.
I heard it's well, from my research, it was a good buy, because it's undervalued right now. But just the sheer hate of PayPal, like, it just makes me like want to sell my position.
I don't really use PayPal for my stores. I'd rather use Shopify payments right now.
Yeah, you can accept PayPal now using PayPal wallet via Shopify payment. So that way you don't have to have a PayPal account. So that's a golden nugget for you guys. So yeah, it's weird because in the past, like, it misread to completely shut down. Yeah. Yo, bro, from which AOV you call a high ticket dropshipping? $1,000 and above.
Bro, you see my messages? This is live.
How is this not live? You see the little live icon? If someone copy your exact systems today, what's the biggest operational problems they would face in the first 30 days? Well, they just won't know how to run it.
That's a great point.
You can copy everything you want. Doesn't mean you understand how to use it. Still gotta have the knowledge. Yeah, that's the thing. Copy all you want. The person that's getting copied is still steps ahead of you. And they will always be 2 steps ahead of you if you just keep copying. Damn. What the fuck? Are you selling some couch or something? Bro, I don't get why $1,000 is such a shock to people. Like, you never bought something at $1,000 before. Your iPhone, that's $1,000. Your MacBook, that's thousands of dollars. You never bought anything expensive online. How do you supply? You get it from the manufacturer in the USA. You get it from the brands that manufacture those. How much delivery time you got in $1,000? They're US shipping, so if it's heavy, then trucks can take 4 to 10 days. If it's UPS, FedEx, that's just normal shipping times, like 3 to 5 days, roughly. Are you guys familiar with Shopify Collective? I found some suppliers and products, but the margin's like 15%. Yeah, Parkus knows what Shopify Collective is.
Shopify Collective is just a place where you find suppliers. It's honestly really good for supplier research. A lot of people sleep on it. My supplier stack is pretty like stacked right now, so I haven't been in that, but I would definitely use Collective. I even seen DJI on it.
DJI.
DJI drones and that brand, because I think that connects you with distributors of the brand. Yeah, it's very intricate. I wish I had a little more time to explore it, but it's definitely very, very slept on, in my opinion.
Just another way to get suppliers. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Are they big products? Can be. You could sell couches. Or you could sell a commercial air fryer for your fried chicken. You could sell anything.
Yo, Trev, real quick, I miss the watermelon eggs that we was having in the morning in China.
Bro, I'm just craving some fried chicken right now.
Yeah, it was finding fried chicken.
Yeah. Also, the supplier reached out to me and said they do dropshipping, but they asked if I had sales for a specific brand. What should I say? Should I cap OD?
It really depends on like what you're gonna say, but I would say don't lie, never lie, and always remember that you're building relationships or communication. But yeah, bro, that's a question you should ask us in the one-on-one, so we give you the exact scripts. And for those that are curious on what we're talking about, we actually are running a Black Friday promotion as well for anyone that's interested in working with me or Trevor and our team at PeakFlow 101 at ecomhighticket.com. But yeah, you should ask that to us in our private channel, bro. Because we want to talk about which specific brand, etc. Help you tailor it towards that.
Yeah, I produce French Chocolate Collective. Pretty easy to send them shipping info. How products my niche. Gonna utilize it more. Thanks.
Nice.
Black Box says I can't beat GMC.
Nah. Weren't you running ads?
I thought he was.
Oh no.
Got to beat the Google algorithm.
Yeah.
It's mad annoying. $1 billion company, they got to automate everything. And they can't tell the legit people from the real people.
They have to be able to use AI technology to do that, though, at this point now. They got to be able to distinguish the...
Maybe ask Gemini, is my site trustworthy enough?
Gemini.
That would cause misrepresentation. How soon can I get V to handle sales for me? Probably when you're doing 40, 50K a month.
How soon can you? You should do all yourself first.
Oh wow. Gemini, I just put in like, is there anything that would cause misrepresentation for Google Merchant Center on my website? And it literally just, there's several factors to comply with GMC, but there are a few areas in your policy that pose a high risk of triggering misrepresentation.
Wow. It's reading your policy page? It could do that?
It just did that in 2 seconds.
What did it say? Wait, but is your policy page approved though?
Well, I'm approved, but like,
so is that
risk area, threatening language in shipping policy. Any customer that files a charge for delays in shipping will be held criminally liable for theft. No exceptions apply. I put that in my policy.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's actually funny. That's funny. That
any customer that filed a charge for delays in shipping will be held criminally liable for theft. No exceptions apply.
I feel like that's a favorite term policy.
This language is highly aggressive and non-standard. Google views this as a clear sign of untrustworthy business practices that threaten customers seeking legitimate refund. It's not a legitimate refund. This is a common trigger for immediate suspension of misrepresentation policy. Restricted return fees, high restocking fees, 10 to 30% if approved, and 25% plus 2 waivers. High risk. While restocking fees are sometimes allowed, charging 25% plus 2-way shipping or deducting transaction fees from a refund can be viewed as overly deliberate.
Interesting.
Violating the requirement for clear, transparent, and functional return option. Lack of physical address visibility. While physical address was found on your contact page, it should be explicitly and permittedly displayed to build trust. Medium risk.
Gemini would be pretty accurate. I would like to try.
Compliance. It's based on Google. So compliance factors, areas that meet GMC requirements. Recommend steps to fix misrepresentation risks, removing the threatening language, review restocking fees, displaying your physical address.
I would make all of those changes, document it, and then also manually submit that too. Because it's like, yo, your Gemini told me this. I fixed it. Right?
Any leverage up you have.
Mm-hmm. That was some sauce we just gave them. That was really just some sauce.
That was just literally my website. Let's do Ryan's website. Let's see.
The Aura King. He's happy. He's happy. He's like, finally, guys. I've been coming on to live so consistently.
Honestly, think my niece doesn't need that much custom. Obviously, I pick up the phone whenever I have theory most of the question. I mean, even if it's on the website, people will still ask. That's just how people are. Do you do direct response marketing? Yeah.
No. Wait, yes, we do.
To a certain extent.
Okay, let's talk about it. What do you mean by that? Because I thought Google is not direct response. Is it?
We run Facebook.
Remarketing, though.
Remarketing.
I don't know. I'm just asking.
I don't know. Would Google be considered direct? I feel like these terms are just like bullshit terms to like direct response marketing. Like, just say you don't do marketing.
It says yes, Google ads can be a direct response advertising. Oh,
I mean, YouTube ads would be considered direct response, but like
that's correct. Yeah.
I feel like these terms are just like for people that just don't run Google ads or like don't run any ads. Who asks this?
When I hate direct response, I think TikTok and Facebook ads and YouTube.
That's probably it. For Ryan's site, his just says missing physical address. And then return refund policy. The link for your return and refund policy is available, but the full content cannot be verified. Policies must be reasonable and clearly state how a customer can return or cancel an order. Policies include excessive restocking fees, non-refundable transaction fees, or unreasonable short return window. They could be flagged as non-compliant. Shipping policy content. Link to shipping policy is available, but specific details cannot be verified. Yeah, I think you should do the physical address first and then run the Gemini. Maybe also run it to GPT, and then any of this definitely helps. Why do random people spam comment like every time I post a question on the school? They're bots trying to like engagement farm to level up on school to like DM you, I guess.
Ben.
We banned them. Like I ban like 10 people every day, minimum. For how does yours get approved with that language? That's exactly what GMC doesn't want. Because it's been approved and then you could change it afterwards. So you run Google ads. Yeah. What are the average profit margins after ads and everything? 10 to 20% net. Yo, that's crazy. You guys said put address. What my policies are ass. Just go on Gemini and just run that prompt. Is there anything that would cause misrepresentation for Google Merchant Center on my website? And put your website, and you'll get the same prompt. I mean, same response. And then, like, if it says like verify policy language, ensure the content of your return and refund policy does not contain any aggressive language. You could just update your policy and then tell it like, hey, does this comply? Is it not aggressive anymore? So I would start with that.
Nice.
Which beginner problems quietly cause most people to quit but are rarely discussed? Just comes down to mindset. People really quit just based on mindset.
Yeah, like it's not any specific problem that I'm seeing because it's like any problem could just cause like the entrepreneur. It could be like a supplier thing, it could be a website thing, it could be an ads thing. It's like it's not even about the beginner. It's like how are they able to like what's the mindset to handle adversity? Right. That let's talk about that, you know.
Yeah, I feel like it's really just on the entrepreneur. Because
He's like, Trevor, Trevor, do I
you need
have grit? Is my
you
mindset?
you need to, like, first of all, type in like professional language, not like this like bro language. Like you gotta start with that first. Like you can't. Cause do I have grit? Is my mindset good? Because I've been going at this. Like you can't even
I've been
sell
going at this
going at it.
for a fat minute. What's his mindset, Trev? What are your thoughts? Because he wants to know.
I mean, I think it's changeable. That's That's a good thing. The second thing is just, yeah, I would just start to think like an actual business owner. The way, yeah, just the way that you talk. I mean, we are homies, but like, you just gotta talk professional. Like when it's business, you gotta just talk business. There's like a time for everything.
Very good point.
Yeah. But yeah, like the beginner problems, we literally made a whole mindset module, just like many lessons. But like, I'm pretty sure a lot of people do skip it. Like even though we tried to like get people to watch it, people don't think mindset is important, which it absolutely is. I feel like it's detrimental to your success.
Are people's mindsets cooked, bro?
Yeah, cooked. A lot of people's mindsets are cooked. But the good news is you can usually tell if it's changeable or not. Some people require a lot of time to actually change. Some people are just unchangeable and some people just change quicker. But you just need to view that like some people can change. It might take months or however long, but it's changeable. All the people, like for me, like you tell me something, I'm gonna change immediately because like I just gotten in that mindset of like speed. Like there's no point of waiting 2 years to, if I'm gonna do it at some point, like just do it now. That's my thinking.
What if it's like someone in college that is in that mode where like they're trying to pursue their business, but their parents are telling them, hey, don't pursue your business. You should
Why?
do what I think is best for you, which is to have a stable job. What do you have to say to those people around that time where like they're trying to get past their parents' kind of like barrier? What are your thoughts on like the mindset that you should have when it comes to stuff like that?
Parent barrier is always difficult because it just depends on your connection with your parents. Like
Mm.
some people don't really care about their parents, and some people really do. Um, so it just comes down to like how connected you are. This got another sale. Um,
Life flex, life flex.
yeah, you just have to like first understand how connected you are with your parents, and then you need. For me, how it worked is like I just had to like do the thing anyways behind their back until I got into a certain point where I can just tell them, "Hey, I'm gonna do what I want. You don't control me." Like, look, I'm 18 years old. I'm an adult. Like, why do I have to listen to you? I'll take in your advice. I'll be open minded, keep open minded, but I'm gonna make the best judgment, best decision for what I think is right. That's all it comes down to. You have to essentially hide things behind their back if that's what it takes to get to your end goal of running your business, become a successful entrepreneur. Anything, you might have to just do it behind their back.
Sometimes you have to disappoint your parents so you don't disappoint yourself.
Good. That's a really good
Right?
point.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. That's a solid line.
That's what I was thinking about when like my parents were telling me to just be an accountant. I was just like, I'll disappoint them now. They'll always be there. I'd rather not disappoint myself because I know what I want and I'm gonna go for it, even if I feel scared, right?
That's good. Sometimes you have to disappoint your parents to not disappoint yourself. But what if you value your parents more than yourself? How would you go around?
I don't. Well, let's talk about it, right? Some people are actually in the space where their parents will live their life for them. Like they try to be the person their mom or dad were not, right? And I think that's very important. You don't do that because like you're gonna end up resenting yourself. You're gonna end up doing things that you thought would make them happy, like getting the good grades or getting the college degree. But at the end of the day, it's your life, and it's okay to disappoint your parents if it means for the ultimate good, which is your happiness, etc.
And yeah, you do need to understand that. Like, if your parents don't care about your happiness, bro, that's the biggest red flag.
That's
That
not good.
you need to like actually walk, but not like remove yourself from them.
Right. Exactly.
You just need to temporarily like show them, hey, this is what I want. My path is going left. Your path is having me to go right. Am I living
Mhm.
your life or am I living my life?
Right. Right. Exactly.
Because
Mhm.
if you just follow your parents, you're living for them. You're essentially a slave. Let's say it out. Like, you need to like recognize that, and some people might not even recognize that until like you tell them.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. I think a good example was that, and when we went to China this past summer, Trev, like a lot of the people when I saw in China, they didn't even realize that like, oh, all I do is just like study and then like I don't know, like sometimes people don't even know they're a slave or like they're don't even know that they're trapped until you show them like, yo, like life doesn't have to be just go to school, get good grades, and your parents will be like your parents will be happy if you're happy. That's what a good parent is, right? They will let you fall and try, you know?
It feels like it just reminds me of like the North Korea example. Like your
They don't even
parents,
know better.
your parents are trying to become North Korea, and you're the citizens under that. You know better unless you
You just don't
fully,
know better because you've never seen anything outside.
yeah, you don't know what else is out there. And I feel like it comes down to me, it was really just going on trips, like seeing
Oh,
outside my normal city. I think that opens up eyes for a lot of people, and I recommend that. To me, like for example, Maldives, Sri Lanka, that was really eye opening for me.
that was a crazy trip.
I really loved that trip. The things we did, we get back to the schools, like really like heartwarming. Um, yeah, that to me like was like the really important trip. And just made me realize, hey, like I'm living under my parents' shadow. I don't want that.
Damn.
And it's only really applies to like Asian parents, I feel like, you know. So
Yeah, I agree.
it has its pros and cons, but I feel like Asian parents versus plus disappointing them at some point is the way to go. Versus
Yeah,
no offense, but, like white parents, they really just don't care about their kids. Like they would rather just let them do whatever they want. Um, like I feel like yes, I see like white families like their grandmas just be like picking up the food like while their kids that are older. I mean, like, yeah, their kids that can easily do that are just chilling in the car. Like their grandma can barely walk, and you're having her pick up the food. Like, can you just step up for once? Like, I see that all the time with like white families. Like they're just not as family oriented. Yeah.
that's real.
So I guess how do you define a healthy mindset when failure is framed as a mandatory financial loss?
During my first year of drop shipping, I remember I sent I was so stupid. I sent $3,000 quick pay to someone for the mentorship. His name was Richard Jordan, and I don't even care. He blocked me after.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I had about 10 grand saved up from like sneakers and all that stuff. And so I sent him three, hoping to use the ads and everything. Because I was down to like my last 3,000, plus the 3K at first. And then I sent it to him. I didn't look at it as like, oh my God, that's a failure because I lost money. I looked at it as like, oh, thank goodness it was only 3 grand. I never quick paid or done anything like that stupid and good thing it was like a 30 grand deal or like a 300 grand deal, stuff like that. But what I'm just trying to say is like, you don't look at failure as like, it was like a lesson learned. And $3,000 to not genuinely just trust people on the internet like that is like, I thought it was a worth lesson for me.
Sometimes you just have to like take a hit to learn, so you never make that mistake again.
Which is funny though, because when I was down to the last 2,000, I paid for Shree's mentorship, but I went on a payment plan because of that lesson. I was just like, yeah, I only have 500, but if you can make this work, and then the next month I did 30K. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way to go. Like you need to get hit with something so you learn. Otherwise you're gonna be a kid for life. This is welcome to the real world.
That was the punch in my face that I needed. You know, looking back in retrospect, like I never did something like that again. So sometimes you need that to expand your mind.
This is the real world. You gotta look, if you can't do certain things because you're scared, you're gonna get stepped on. And especially in the world of business. There's no crybabies in business, because if there's a crybaby, someone else is gonna eat your lunch. You're gonzo.
Yeah.
You're gonzo. So I feel like business teaches you so many life skills. Again, I feel like if you don't have success with business, it's a little bit hard to learn these skills. So in my opinion, high ticket ecom is, I mean, it's something that worked for both of us, and worked for a lot of our clients. So I just think you just need to pick something that, you know, you're going to have even a little bit of success with, so that way you learn those traits that you can apply to the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
I understand. I think like to have good mentality on powering through, but some roadblocks do become frustrating. Yes, just think about it as a temporarily thing. Yeah, I mean, essentially everyone just faces it. What mindset should a beginner have when losing 2,000 is treated as part of the process? I don't really know how to answer it. What mindset should a beginner have when losing 2,000 is treated as part of the process?
I don't think that should be a part of the process. You shouldn't need to lose money. Like I did it, but that's why you guys have like a challenge.
Well, I mean, business is all about taking risks to an extent. Like no risks, no Ferrari. That's what it is. You just need to know that in business you're gonna lose money. You just need to be okay with it. I lost tons of money. Even in the bull run of crypto, I lost money because I was stupid.
Oh my God.
So you just live and learn and just get better over time. What advice do you have for someone who has a full-time job and trying to handle sales over the phone? I mean, just call them back as soon as you can and text them if you can while you're at work.
What does that mean?
Fart coin?
Yeah.
Oh, just some meme coin.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good live today, guys.
It's really about training your mind, and I don't expect you guys to all of a sudden just change over one live. It's a gradual process, but you need to be open-minded. Be open-minded and your life will change. And you need to want it bad enough. Don't have an ego. Those are the 3 lessons you guys should take away. Don't have an ego, so that way you can be desperate and want it bad enough. So that way you want that bad enough, you will get that result. It goes in a full circle. Yeah. Tune in next Friday. We'll share some more mindset hacks that ultimately like helped us. Because I know building your business alone or even with someone else is very challenging. It's not easy, but you need to have a group of people that are always challenging yourself to become better. Yeah, your surroundings are very important. People around you, like people are like pulling you back, like not letting you like get better as a person. You got to cut them off at some point because an animal or any like anything in the universe, if it's not progressing forward, it's declining backwards.
That's right.
No stable. So you always need to be climbing upwards towards becoming a better person. Otherwise, you're declining at, you're getting worse. Gonna take a cold bath. Let us know how that goes, Ryan.
What did I say? No, I just said cold showers are good. That's all.
Yeah. I was gonna say like, let us know how that goes. Cool. Nice. Well, if there's not any other questions, we'll wrap it up here. Hope you guys all have a great Black Friday and great Thanksgiving and a great weekend. Catch you guys in the next one.
Peace, yo.
Peace.